Who am I talking with?
Hey, I'm Alex Crowley. I'm currently a 2L at Northwestern Pritzker School of Law.
And you're on Real Lawyers Have Blogs Live. What do you think about that?
This is great. This is a happenstance meeting. I just walked by, and because I follow Kevin on Twitter, I said, wow, this is, hey Kevin, how are you? And we got talking, and here I am.
Now we did meet though when I came here, and I spoke about blogging and whatnot last year sometime.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to do with your law degree? And what were you doing before? Maybe I'll ask you that.
Sure, yeah. So I'm a mechanical engineer by background, and I studied that. Then I worked in patent law for 3 years before. So I was a patent searcher looking into how do you help inventors know if they can get a patent on their invention or not. So I came to law school with the idea that I want to be supporting innovative companies and helping to use my knowledge of law, business, and technology to help them design and deliver great products and services.
Now, the person I just spoke with was Dan Lena, professor here.
Yeah.
How'd you meet Dan?
So I started getting into the legal technology community before I started law school. I connected with Dan Lear and his masterminds group that he ran for a little bit, and for me, the legal technology, legal innovation space is applying the product development ideas and principles that I studied in engineering school to the practice of law. And that was very exciting. And so I started looking for people that were in the space and thinking about law schools and where to apply. And Dan Lena came up as somebody that was in the space. And I actually used the Legal Services Innovation Index as I was thinking, where should I go to law school? And so we connected. I reached out to him on LinkedIn over the summer before starting law school, and we hit it off and started talking, and I got to know him over the past year, and I'm now doing research with him.
Now, let me make sure I understand all that. So, before you got to law school, you're actually online, you're meeting people that are heavy into legal tech.
Yep.
You met Dan Lear, who at that time was probably working at Avo.
He was just on his way up.
And he's got a community. Mm-hmm. You're able to meet people there.
Yep.
You run across Dan Lena, who's active in the space. You see the Legal Services Index. You're looking at that as far as, hey, that could be indicative of where I want to go to law school as to what's going on. You end up here at Northwestern as a result. You meet Dan, now you're doing work with him.
Now I'm here. It's funny. So in that mastermind group I was with Dan Lear, Mike Whalen was also in the group, and so I got to know him before he was famous with his book that he's released recently, and so I think that it was funny during some of those discussions. Mike would say, "Oh, be on Twitter, because that's where the discussion happens."
Right.
But before that, I wasn't. I was just on LinkedIn, and that's where I got my professional news.
Right.
And so about, I think it was June or July, I said, okay, I'll get a Twitter account for my legal innovation interest. And since then, it's kind of taken off. And Dan Lena really encouraged me to get a blog and work with LexBlog on setting that up. And so I've been working on that as well.
What's your goal with the blog and with blogging in general?
Yeah, so I think I'm still figuring that out. Starting out...
Aren't we all?
That's true. We're all figuring it out. For me, I started the blog because I wanted to capture a law student's perspective of getting into this innovation space. I knew that I reached out to a lot of people on LinkedIn and Twitter, and they were all lawyers that were in the innovation spaces.
Right.
Everybody had 5 to 10 years of experience and then decided they wanted to do something a little different and got into innovation. And so knowing that I was interested before law school in getting into the space, and so what would it be like to do that and kind of see that from my eyes. So I tried to, my first couple posts are about, what are legal services? How do you define that? Or what does it mean to be user-centered when you practice law? And then since then, I've done a little bit better with posting on Twitter than I have on blog posts. And every time I go to an event, I try to live tweet it and really pull out the insights that I'm seeing and that I'm getting to make it something valuable, so that you can see over the course of my post, this is kind of things that you can go to. I was at Relativity Fest in October and wrote a blog about that. We've had the Northwestern Law and Technology Initiative monthly meetings, and I've helped to live post about that, just to say these are the discussions. I think a lot of times when people tweet or share blog posts, it's like, hey, this is a cool thing that I saw, but they don't really get into why does it matter, what does it mean.
Right.
And so that's the value that I'm trying to add with the blog, just how, like, starting a journey into this. And I'd had some product development experience, and so what is it like coming in with that perspective into an industry that is supposed to be client-centered and user-centered, but sometimes you hear that it's not. And so how do we change that, and how do we improve how we deliver legal services and help people?
What would you tell other law students? I mean, you've been doing the blog and work, and no question, I mean, literally, I've been blogging for a long time.
Yeah.
I think at the end of this week, it might be like 15 years or something like that. It might be 16 years. And then literally, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But for most law students, they're going to look at their blog. What is that? What would I do? I'm afraid. I don't know if I have anything to offer.
Yeah.
What would you tell law students? I mean, you literally are an expert, even though you've only been doing it for a relatively short period of time. But what would you tell law students that are thinking one way or the other about blogging?
Sure. I'd say jump in and get your feet wet. I think we all can be reminded of the need to fail fast and try new things and see how it goes. I think that certainly if you're not sure what it looks like or what to do, check out some of the blogs. Go to LexBlog and see the blogs that are there. Follow people on Twitter and LinkedIn and see what they're talking about. I think the thing that you realize is that one, long blog posts are great, but people don't read the whole thing. They're more interested in what are the unique, snappy insights that you can get. And so I think that takes some of the pressure off, to feel like you have to produce a law review worthy article as a blog post. And I saw that after Relativity Fest, where I said, I need to get something out. And so in a night, I put up a blog post and said, this was my experience, this is what I saw, this is what I learned, and posted it. And from that, I've got a lot of likes on Twitter, got new followers. It's fun to see on Google Analytics, you can see who's engaging with your blog, and to realize that my blog posts are being read in Germany and Russia and parts of Asia, and to say, wow, this is a way for me to get my name out. I think that as I was applying to law firms and other summer jobs, it was a source of confidence and strength to know that I'm not just competing on grades or where I went to law school. I'm establishing a brand, and people can see that. And even if they look at my resume, they see I've got my blog listed on the resume, and they can go to that and get to know me better. And so it becomes a different game, because now it's not just, compare Alex and his resume to this other resume that we have. It's, well, look at Alex. Oh, he has a blog. Okay, that's pretty unique. Let's look into that.
I would gotta believe, from a law firm perspective, the fact that you did blog makes you unique, and that firms want to explore you. Like, is this person different? Could they add something more to the firm from a business development standpoint for getting out and meeting clients, getting out to conferences, those type of things? Maybe things that not everybody does. You are, you're an odd duck. We've got to go find out what this person is all about. I mean, I would think that's a positive.
Yeah, I'd hope so. I only had one firm ask about the blog specifically, but I assume that it's part of the vetting process for hiring that you look into things and
they Google your name
and LinkedIn, and they Google your name and see what's out there. So I hope so.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, because Andy, our head of products, will kick me if I come back and say, ask Alex. Because what LexBlog did help him with having the free blogs and the law school blog network and whatnot, what it does. How is LexBlog able to help law students?
Yeah, so LexBlog, I guess kind of going back to your point about
right.
What would be my advice for law students. There's lots of blogging sites available, and it's not too hard to set up a blog, but I don't know that you get the kind of customer service that LexBlog can offer. So if I had questions about posting something, or for the first couple posts, the pictures weren't appearing right when I tweeted a link to the blog, and so I emailed LexBlog's customer service, and they said, we tweaked our code, and now it should look the way you want it to. And so having customer service from a company that understands legal blogging and is motivated to help law students and lawyers produce blogs, I think that's a big plus. It's not just, you're not just another blogger in the universe of various blog sites.
Yeah, I think what we have to do, even do better, is to recognize new bloggers coming on,
Sure.
and talk to them about what their goals are, what their strategy is, and be able to check in with them. How do you think you're doing?
Yeah,
and maybe it's just some slight alter course as to what they're going to do. And we need to do it with law students too.
Yeah.
Because I would like nothing better than to build a law school blogging community where you're not self-sufficient, but you're helping each other.
Right.
So that everybody's sharing ideas, everybody's sharing encouragement.
Right.
And to the extent that we can come in and offer additional support, we do that. Maybe even the law students are pulling together events, it could be online, where I come in and talk to the students about particular things, field questions, all that type of thing.
Just thinking about it, maybe there's some blogging certification that LexBlog could provide to law students and to lawyers, so you can, for a law student, you put that on the resume, and that's another differentiator to say that, hey, I've been trained to blog,
right.
And so it's not just that I have a blog, it's, well, I can help a law firm with their blog and their business development. So I think that's lots of opportunities, I think, to.
No, I'm I'm real glad we could help you out. And the odds of me running into here when you walk through the hallway.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing about in person too. And I guess just to add, I think that's one of my favorite things about tapping into the online community via Twitter, via blogging, is that it opens up relationships in person. So
totally.
that you can come meet.
I think sometimes people think that the people that use social media, they use blogging. Well, that's just that online stuff.
Right.
And what they don't realize is the doors that it opens for face-to-face relationships. I mean, I'm here in Chicago for 2 days. I'm only meeting people that I've met through blogging, having a company that does blogging. It's all face-to-face at the end of the day. And you may not meet everybody face-to-face, but to the extent that you reach people that are influential. I mean, you're influential because there aren't that many students that blog.
Sure.
How many students blog here at Northwestern?
Not many.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are any others.
Yeah, so I mean, you're an influential student at a very prestigious law school, that I get to meet face to face as a result of the fact that you're blogging. So not all bad.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
True. Yeah, thank you.